Hello, everyone. I'm hoping you can hear me. I have not used StreamYard by myself in a while. So welcome to everybody in the room. If you can hear me, if y'all give me a thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. I said just because I don't hear myself. It says my mic is on. Just don't want to get started and y'all can't hear anything. Can you hear me, Lisa? Hi, Lainey. Love you too, Lisa. But can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? I can't hear anybody. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? Because this is the first time I'm using StreamYard in like 2 months. So I want to make sure I have it set up right for y'all because I don't think I had my headphones in all the way. Okay, great. Yeah, that's why I was like talking to myself for 5 minutes. My headphones weren't plugged in all the way. The reason I use the headphones is because there's a reverb on this type of site. So we use headphones so that it doesn't have that echoing in the background. So, but tonight we're going to be doing a reading on, his name is Nathan Alexander Covarrubias, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's Covarrubias, and he was last seen on the county road 772 near Walnut, Mississippi on May 29th of 2020. So that was around 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. So he also does have autism, disruptive mood disorder, dysregulation, and bipolar disorder. So now, again, he is 13 years old, so he's very young. He is 5'7". He weighs about approximately 150 pounds. He was last seen in a blue long-sleeve shirt and khaki pants, which I would assume is probably maybe a uniform, it sounds like. I don't know what day May 29th was, if it was a weekday or not, but around this time, it sounds like he almost would have gotten dropped off from the bus. So currently, FBI agents are working with his family, and he's been missing 7 days. On the 6th was when the article was released. So he's been missing since pretty much, like I said, May 29th to the 31st of 2020. It says missing was last seen on the 29th, but was missing on the 23rd. So I couldn't really find much more information than that upon him. I've kind of stared at his picture a bit. Do y'all have any questions about the case? I know it's not a highly publicized case, but the fact that, with my son being autistic and then people being wonders, I kind of feel like it's very important to kind of make sure that we all have his, we're all aware of what he looks like, so that way if someone does come across him, that they do find him, or they can help try to find him. Okay, I'm just checking to see if it's running all right. Okay. So, whoops. He was last seen on Mississippi Road. Do y'all have any input on the case yourselves? Anybody? If y'all have any information? Hi, Donna. How are you? I'm just looking at his picture right now before I get ready to channel him in. See if you can give me letters or numbers or anything that might coincide with where he might be, or anything that he could tell us. So Let's see. All right, so. Okay, I'm just getting a few things real quick. Yeah, so actually this article says this is June 7th, so I want to make sure it's correct. Yeah, it's saying this is from June 7th. So let me see real quick before we do him as missing, because he might not be missing anymore. Because I know you sent this to me a couple days ago. So if I unplugged it, my bad. Yeah. So he's already been found. So that's good. So especially because he is autistic, so he was not able to tell what he was looking for. So we can still do a reading on what led up to it. And this is the case that Lisa was interested in. So we can go ahead and see what happened for those few days that he was missing and what could have led up to him going missing. Because this was on the 7th. It was updated. So do you still want to do a reading on what could have happened and how he was found? Hi, Meg. How are you? And hi, Lisa. So we continue on with the reading. Well, yeah, that's the thing. He couldn't have. So that's what I'm saying. We can still. They had a Yeah, they just barely released not that long ago that he was found. So I said, but we can still do the reading up and to see what happened when he went missing. What was he doing? Where was he going? What did he think what he was going to accomplish and how he feels now? So I mean, we can still do a reading based on that too, because it's still all very relevant to where he went and why he went where he went. So if y'all are interested in doing that, we can do that still too. So, and love and light to you, Chief Wisdom, and everybody else coming in the room, Tara, Lisa, Rosie, because I am a bit curious as to where he went. Because he did say wonders and he's curious kind of what happened. So, and go ahead and let me see. 1 second. Before we get started on the reading. I was like, so we'll still read it and just see what happened. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do it as as a past missing, found, and then how he presently feels reading then, because that's exactly what's happened. So we're gonna go ahead and do that first. If everybody wants to go ahead and do that, and welcome Candace. And my son has autism too, and he's very much a wanderer. Yeah, I don't know if I guess you're quoting something, Maddie. I know he's been found safe, so we're gonna go ahead and do a reading real quick to see on what was led up to the circumstances of him going missing, and then kind of how he feels about the situation now that he's been found. So we're gonna use the Gilded Tarot Royale. So that's what we're gonna start off with. So we're gonna go up to the day that he went missing, how he felt those days that he was missing, and how he feels now. So we're gonna ask for his spirit guides to come in with my spirit guides, along with his anybody else who was with him or there to show him guidance at the time. That's a cute name, Bearberry. So we're ask for Nathan's spirit guides as well as his family and mine to come together with Source, Spirit Guide, and all angels, especially Archangel Shemuel, and let us know what was going on the day that he disappeared. Yes. There's quite a few people who've done. I actually have a whole playlist for autism and like special events around town, things like that we have, in numbers that you can have. So in the area wherever you live, you can call them and see if you can maybe bring them, because I know a lot of places don't travel. So the days leading up to him going missing, he felt a bit conflicted. He felt like he wanted to make a point, and I think that's why he kind of took off the way that he did, because he was ready to kind of do his own thing. So, and then let's go ahead and see how he felt while he was missing. He felt that there was no abundance. He did feel that he had made a mistake by walking away from home with the thoughts that he had in his mind. I think he was a bit frustrated. He realized there was no abundance in the direction that he went, and so he kind of regretted it almost immediately. So I said the cup had been dumped over Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And then the swords are Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I'm not sure of his exact birthday. Yeah, that's fine, Maddie. I would say, the mods can usually drop articles. You can actually, I don't even know if you can't probably put it in the comment section either. You can probably type in the name like randomly, and put like such and such and such and such.com if it's really something that you think people might be interested in. But and then now how he feels a bit defeated as the Page of Wands, because he realized that he wandered off. He had this brand new start, this brand new action. He knew he went forward and he acted upon it. And so it's not that he's not proud of it, but he knows that it caused a bigger uproar than what he really thought it was going to. So he does regret that. He didn't mean to do that. But again, they don't have the same social skills as we do. So whenever this day that he went missing, he felt entrapped. He felt by the Eight of Swords, he felt binded, and they could not get out by his thoughts. Or remember, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know where to go, what to do. His thoughts were running him at that moment. So let's go ahead and see why he felt the Ace of Cups, why he was missing. I want to thank y'all as y'all come into the room. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so whenever he felt missing, he felt like if someone did not come forth with the Ace of Ace of Wands, that he possibly could end the cycle, which would be ending the death cycle of some sort. It's like the ending to a cycle. So maybe he thought if people didn't find him that he wouldn't be able to be found alive at some point. But when they did find him, now that he does feel foolish for what he did, he is feeling the Seven of Pentacles. Seeds have been planted to help find him, and he was very much was. He was found, again. Within the earthly realm with earthly items. And so that is a way to let you know that he was very much okay where he was. He just was confused and lost. So the day that he also went missing, he felt an imbalance of emotions and actions. So that could have been a reason why he took off walking, because he felt like he needed a bit of a break to get his emotions, especially as a teenager, So You have to remember that. So, and the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords, why are they here? It's too many. The Ace of Swords and Ten of Wands, or Ten of Swords, why are y'all here? Because he went disappeared. He was coming out of the grass is greener. So maybe he purposely thought if he took this walk for a little bit that he would get more freedom and more time to do things. But then he had the Seven of Pentacles now where he is. So he realized that he has started his planning and his harvesting all over again. Oh, he was able to find his, they ended up finding him recently, Chief. Hey, Tamar. How are you? Hi, Candace. So now he feels he has to make a decision. So now he kind of has to almost conform. 1 second. My kid's stealing my Atlantis and my angel crystals. Those are mine. Thank you. So he feels with the Two of Wands that he had to make a decision, and with that is an action decision. So he had to make a decision to rather not behave and take off, or to stay with his family and do as he should, because it would reap a harvest for him in the end. So I think that's what he chose to do. So I think he just got lost along his way. It was something that simple. I don't think it was anything dark and menacing. I think he tried to just go for a walk, get some space, and it just didn't go the way that he expected it to go. So let's get a few cards from the steampunk to see if anything there was intentional. They did find him alive finally. I changed it in the title right before the video started. So it might still say it, but once it logs out and reloads, it should say that he was found. So, but he's at the hospital now. So, judgment called. So basically, this was something that was going to happen. Again, he is a wonder. He said, "I'm a wonder." Which means as autistically, for most people who have autistic children who wonder, which I do, they are wonders. They like to take off and go places and do things. So, I mean, they don't really tell you. They just do it. So, judgment's here, and he is saying because of the Page of Swords, so he was feeling in a very childlike energy, which would represent his age, and he was kind of just wanting to do something of the thought. So, yes, he did say that he did make the action to go do it, but it wasn't to be malicious in any sort of way whatsoever. So, it wasn't done purposely. Like he was mad at anybody or anything. He was just taking a walk and kind of got lost and confused. Yeah, because the Page of Cups is dumped out. So, he's saying he feels bad about the way that it happened, and he didn't mean to make everybody worry. And with the King of Swords, I think he feels somebody might be a little bit upset with him for wandering off so far. But I think it's because it's more of like a family thing of like, you know better than to wander off that far, you know? So it was kind of like there was a standard of how far you could wander. So we're going to go ahead and get a couple oracle cards for him real quick. So yes, he has been found recently. Like I said, so I went ahead and right before I started the video, I changed it, but I don't think it was able to because I'm doing it through StreamYard this time. So, but yes, like Donna is saying, so happy that he has been found safe. So we are glad that he has been found safe. So I want to send him, his family, and everybody else love and light and healing prayers. And hopefully, you know, that will help them heal sooner. So let's go ahead and get him some oracle cards. All right. He was missing about a week or a little bit over. So he was gone for a while. He had been missing for a while. So he has new earth, which means I think after this experience, he is basically it's happening, holding on to a new vision. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the screen real quick. So holding on to a new vision. So that is what he is currently doing. So he realizes what he has traveled towards has brought something new into his life. And he's saying called soul gifts and training. It is time to step up. So he is stepping up of whatever it is that he was exposed to, and he knows that there's something greater. And he knows now that he is a messenger, which is much the truth. Because they have a lot to say, but nobody ever listens to most people who are autistic or have speech impediments or things like that, because they try to belittle them because of the way they speak. But for the most part, they're some of the most intelligent people I've ever met in my life. So messenger, serious energy, bring harmony and balance. So he's saying that is his purpose, was to bring harmony and balance, maybe amongst the home again. I kind of feel like. So that's going to be his reading. I said it would have been more in depth, but since he was found, we want to go ahead and you know, not go too deep into it because we don't know the circumstances. But again, he is found safe though. So does anybody have any questions about oops, sorry, I hooked onto my headphones. So does anybody have any questions about it? I said, like, we're glad he has been found safe. That's very important. I felt like it was very important whether he was found safe or if it was still continuing to go ahead and bring awareness, because when people are missing, especially like autistic, down, like anybody with special needs, they're different to approach. You approach them differently. Like you kind of can't just come at them and be like, are you such and such? You know what I mean? You kind of have to come at them and be like, hey, how are you? You know what I mean? Like, do you like this? Or you have to kind of observe them for a while before you can really just come at them. Otherwise, they're not going to like respond to you. So I just think it's very important that people know that whenever they are encountering children, you know, on the spectrum. So is there any other cases? I have another case for tonight for y'all. Or I set up readings, but we do have another case that we could do if we wanted to do. If I wanted to know if y'all wanted to do Amber Geyer tonight. The one that like supposedly walked into the police department or the apartment and said she thought it was hers but killed some random person, but she was a police officer. So we'll be doing that as a live reading soon too. And then, like I said, we might have class tomorrow or it might just start on Saturday. Will depend on how it goes. Yes, I'm glad he's been found safe too. And then we can also do an energy update on Evelyn Boswell while we do Amber Geyer as well. Because, and even Lori, we can do it. Do y'all want to do an update on all three? And we can just skip the spread for tonight and do it tomorrow night? I would kind of rather do that, if y'all don't mind. Unless y'all really, really wanted to get the what the fuck spread. But I really don't think anybody needs it desperately overnight. Unless you need it, then we can go ahead and do it. But I'm kind of curious about what Boswell's doing. Amber Geyer's whole thing. That'll be the main focus. And then we'll do energy checkup on Evelyn Boswell and Lori later. So thumbs up. Okay, good. So everybody's down with that. So we're gonna do the three of some of the most rotten BLs on earth. So some of the most. Maybe we'll even throw a teabag in there just because she's rotten too. Who else are we forgetting? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I guess we'll take about like a 30-minute to an hour break. And then that way we can go ahead and kind of, feed the kids, do what we need to do, get them bathed, get to the family stuff. And then we'll meet back and kind of just do an energy update on them. And then if anybody else chooses to do spreads during, before, or after, then that's up to them. But at this moment, I think it might be interesting to do just an energy update on all of them, see how they feel. All right. So I know it's a short live, and I do apologize. I just wanted to let y'all know that Nathan has been found safe. And he was from Walnut, Mississippi, and He is autistic and he had a bipolar disorder. He was 13 years old, and he was last seen on County Road 772 of Walnut, Mississippi on May 29th. And then they also said that he was last seen around May 31st too. So I guess it depends on who really seen him last. He's 5'7", 150. But again, he has been found. So I will see y'all later. Y'all have a great dinner, and I will catch y'all in a bit so that we can go ahead and do some updates on the Crazybias. So we'll see y'all later, and y'all have a good night. Love y'all, and y'all take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.